Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Start with Chris, add a dash of sport, squeeze in some music, then shake, don't stir. And you've got the ultimate blend, LTID, with your host, Chris.
Hello, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, good day, goodbye. Hello, how the devil are we all? Welcome along to It's Friday night. It must be the prediction show. And, oh my God. We are 33 seconds into the Arsenal game and Southampton have just scored. I have to say that is three predictions out the window straight away. I mean, I knew was I going to take the piss out of the kit that they're wearing tonight. Oh my God. I think that was a Ramsdale fault. Well, it was. Gentlemen, strap yourself in. It's going to be a long night. What a cock up. Even Ward wouldn't do that. Anyway, good evening. Welcome along. This is LTID TV from Leicester Till I Die. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you very much for joining us. Please do join in the chat and add your predictions. We are also on podcast. If you are listening, we thank you so very much, and you can have your ears back at the end, but you'll need to clean them out. And of course, if you are posh enough to have a smart speaker, just say, "Oi, missus, play the podcast Leicester Till I Die," and you'll be able to listen to us. If you prefer not to look at us, of course, and well, why would you want to look at us? And of course, you can find us all over the place. There's all our socials, either LTID TV or Leicester Till I Die. Oh, what a start to the night. What a start to the night. But it is the prediction show. And of course, we thank him very much, Steve Lynex, the ex-player, for coming on and also back in the show. And if you fancy a bit of Foxy 7, this is the place to go.
The prediction show from Leicester Till I Die TV is brought to you by ex-Fox Steve Lynex and foxy7clothing.co.uk.
Back of the net.
Indeed, and let's bring everybody in and say good evening, gentlemen. First of all, Steve, how the devil are you, sir? Oh, you're still on mute. Hang on. There we go. He's gone 0-0 for every game. Unmuted you now. How are you, Steve?
I'm sound, thanks, mate.
Good. I'm still in shock at Southampton. 32 seconds, and they're losing. So basically, none of us are going to get 3 points tonight. So what a start! What a start! Brad, 4-0 you went. Me and Steve went 3-0. Just give up now.
Yeah, chucking the towel this week's done with. All I want to say is Arsenal are bottling the league. They're bottling the league. Same old Arsenal, they're bottling the league.
I'm sorry.
At this rate, Man City won't even need to beat them.
Can I just say to everybody that's watching, I do apologise that I didn't mute that. And
I'm sorry for singing it.
Jeff is in. Good evening, guys. 4 predictions out of the prediction league last week. Well done, sir. Hawkeye, Fav is saying hi, Sean. I don't know who he's saying to. No. Do you anybody here that sort of goes by the name Sean? Out of the window, he says.
Yeah, because Mr. Jeff, I need to have words with you, Mr. 197 points. You only got 2 last week.
Yeah. Scott is in. Good evening. How are you? And Nate is in as well. And this is Shane. Good evening, Shane. Hawkeye, I don't know who the hell you are or who you're talking to. How was your friendship game from Nottingham Forest? I don't know what you were on about. Scott, if you can just keep an eye on Hawkeye for me, please, I would be extremely grateful. Let me just uncover Steve there because it's not nice to cover him up. So last week, yes. Well, talking about Arsenal bottling the league, let me do my version. Brad, you're bottling the league. You're bottling the league. Bradley Perkis, you're bottling the league. Oh, yes.
I'm just giving. I'm giving you false hope.
Can I just say, God, I love that. I really love that. I was like, oh, you couldn't have set me up better for that.
I know, right? I'm a good host for you, mate.
Right. Okay. I might have to redo this, everybody, because at the moment we are losing. We are losing Steve with every comment. There we go. We'll do it that way, shall we? And what I'll do is, if I do that and that, then we're in the right order. So let's have a look at last week, shall we?
No.
Yes. Here we go. Well done, Steve. You got 7. Not quite James Bond, but 0-7. Brad, thanks for turning up, mate. You know, you're a bit like Norway at the Eurovision Song Contest, so you just turn up to make the numbers up. And somebody stormed into the front there. I mean, I don't really know whether I should milk this or not, but I think it'd be wrong if I don't, wouldn't it?
No, it's so difficult not to look smug at this point.
Yes, it is. But and there we go. Overall, though, Bradley is now no longer top. But you will be next week.
Oh yeah, I carried this predictions league show. I won it last year. I've got to go back to back.
Yes. You're just trying to make it a bit more exciting. You're doing an Arsenal, aren't you? You're just trying to bring me into it.
Yeah, jazzing it up a bit, mate. I'm gonna let you get a couple of points out of me, and then the last week you'll get 0 points, and it'll work in my favour. It's all planned. Don't say I don't plan anything.
Typical, really. Well, at the moment, we could be singing. Oh, as Arsenal just put a ball up on the space station. We are bottom of the league, gentlemen. Strongest team in the division. That's what I say because we're holding everybody else up. But before we start, and I can send you a copy of that, Steve, if you want to, use it and frame it because you beat Brad that one with you. But do check out Foxy 7 clothing. I haven't got the top on today because I've got another shirt on. But look at that. You can get one of those, foxy7clothing.co.uk, exclusive to Mr. Lynex. Something else this is exclusive to us, is the Big Fat Leicester quiz. We're not going to be starting it until the end of the season, because obviously football is a little bit more important. But it will be like the Big Fat Football quizzes that we've done in the past. And well, Brad's already thrown the gauntlet down at Steve, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. At first, I initially heard that we was doing it for charity, but I think that's very harsh to call Steve charity. So, yeah, I've thrown the gauntlet down for Steve. So it's a good job we get to pick our seasons, because if it was the 80s knowledge like Steve threatened me with, I'd be crying into me cup of coffee.
I nearly choked then, you bugger. Well, I've got Steve's also. We're going to have a playoff between fan and player with Steve and Brad. I'll look after you, Steve. Don't worry. Brad has not got a good record in quizzes. But these are people that have volunteered so far to take part. I'm going to have to add Steve in there because he's just agreed to do it for a bit of fun as well. Don't mention anything to Dave because he doesn't know he's in it yet. I've not asked him, but it's part of his contract.
Does that mean we're going to see Eagle Piggle on it as well?
It is, yes. Dave and Eagle Piggle. Like, I don't know if you ever watch 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown, but I expect you all to bring a lucky mascot.
Hey, as long as you don't start playing Eagle Piggle in a box.
Here's what it is. Look, you know what the things are in advance. 2 questions each, just the point on the current squad, Europe transfers, players, club history, and of course the Premier League winning season. Of course, we might not be in it next by the time we do the quiz. And then you can choose your year, and we will get 4 questions, each worth 2 points on your chosen year, which obviously cannot be the 15-16 season because that's we've already done that above. And that's what it is, a bit of fun. We'll be doing that in the summer, and we should be able to, I think, have a laugh. I think we'll have a laugh. Oh, we got Iggle Piggle's biggest fan in. I think Leicester for Life's going to be setting up a fan club for him. But right, let's just go back all the way back in time. And here we go. So we've predicted the first game because it has kicked off. And like I said, none of us are doing particularly well. 10 minutes into the game. Arsenal, who are in first, Steve. Southampton, who are in 20th. Well, they're not at the moment. They're in 19th. You went for 3-0, same as me.
I did say a couple of weeks ago, or it might have been last week, that I think Arsenal are going to find it hard with the pressure more than Man City. But I wasn't expecting this from the first minute. Purely on the way Southampton have been playing, I thought Arsenal had cruised to this because, Southampton have one good game and then they have 5 or 6 bad ones. But as football is, and a cold winter morning when a ball hits you in the gonads, that's football.
That is an analogy and a half, isn't it? Brad, beat that.
No, I can't. Southampton, just piss off, will you? Stop ruining. You've ruined my last 3 weeks for predictions. Bloody piss off.
Are we talking Arsenal or Steve here?
But, no, just Southampton and Arsenal, mate.
Oh dear.
I'll stop bullying Steve.
So at the moment, as things stand, it is Forest in 18th with 27, Southampton in 19th with 26, and we are bottom with 25. Bloody Arsenal, you can't trust them to do anything,
One job, Anthony.
Scott, can you get rid of Des, please? I don't know who he is, but he's just spamming. If you could remove him, I would be grateful. And in fairness, Jeff's been honest here. He went 3-0 as well, which isn't quite as funny as Brad's 4-0, but there we go.
I hate Southampton. I really do. I hope you go down badly. I'm not bitter.
No. At the moment, Arsenal couldn't hit the barn door, but there we go. So, if you can sort that out for me, Scott, that would be great. So, tonight, just to let you know, and moving forward, because Steve's made me feel so bad about getting these wrong, that I have handed over the duties of writing the scores down to young Mr. Perkis.
Yeah. So, Steve went 3-0. I went 1-0 Southampton.
Yeah. Well,
What? Huh? Sorry, I forgot I was muted there. I thought I muted my mic, honest.
Thanks, Scott, for sorting him out. I don't know who he is, but he's a bit of a banker, isn't he? Right. So next up, Steve. Because score goes so wrong tonight. We've got 2 weeks to do, so we'll try and get through these. Fulham in 10th, Leeds in 16th, but Fulham still without Mitch. 2-0 Southampton.
Oh, God. So Steve went, no. Oh, no, sorry, there's a glitch on the system. Steve went 3-0 Southampton. I went 4-0 Southampton. And you went 3-0 Southampton, didn't you, guys?
Yes, that's it.
Yes, tell me. It's Southampton. Oh, imagine Southampton winning this game, getting relegated, and Arsenal finishing second. I think Arsenal fans will want to burn Southampton down to the ground.
Arsenal, literally. I mean, can you imagine? I've got to. When this show finishes, if anybody's bored and doesn't want to go to bed, just try and find an Arsenal channel and tune in because it is going to be absolutely. They're having a big meeting. Zinchenko's trying to G everybody up, and that is. It's like watching Man.
Well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Walcott. You know, I've got to say, it's like watching Manchester City versus Leicester City. If they can get a third in the next 6 minutes at Southampton, and in fairness, it was a beautiful, beautiful ball through. Do not know what the Arsenal defender was doing, but obviously not defending. Oh, and it went under
Watching.
number 6, whoever that is, Gabriel. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, guys, who knew you get a prediction show and a watch along?
Yeah. Oh dear, against his old club. Doesn't that always happen? Arsenal fans. Oh, I just love the look on Arsenal's fans' faces. Maybe we should just do a watch along for this game. I don't care if we go down. I just want to see the Arsenal fan shows tonight. Right, next game. And I'm going to put this up here for everybody. This is the current form table. So, Steve, as you can see there, Arsenal, this was before tonight's game, were top of the form table. Top of the league table. Let me bring the form table up.
I think
Arsenal
you can throw that away now looking at this game.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus, yeah.
But Fulham, I say 10th in the league, but they're actually dropping down. As you can see from the form table there, they are 13th against the Leeds side, who are... No, sorry, Fulham are... Well, I've lost Fulham. No, Fulham are 17th. Sorry, Leeds are 13th. Which way do you see this one going, Steve?
I think, like I said before, a couple of weeks ago, that debacle with Manchester United has absolutely killed Fulham's season. I can't see them getting out of it now. They're not as strong as they looked. There just seems something wrong at the moment now. Leeds, they're going to be fighting. Leeds will fight. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Leeds.
You are going 1-0 to Leeds. That's what we don't want, Brad. Of the last 6, Leeds have won 4 of them. But if we look at the away form, and that's the home, that's the away form, Leeds are down in 17th. But is it a case of no Mitrovic, no Fulham?
Well, you thought that, and then Dr. Everton paid them a visit, didn't they? And they won quite comfortably. Leeds are done for, in my opinion. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. They made the right call with getting rid of Jesse Marsh, but then I think it's Javier Garcia who's their manager now, and he's not even a interim manager like Smith is for us. He's like on a see how it goes basis, and they got smashed by Liverpool. And I know you can say, oh, it's Liverpool, but they haven't been brilliant this season. And at home at Ellen Road, you get smashed that badly, it just demoralises you. So, sorry, I think Leeds are going down. Probably with us, the way things are going, and maybe Southampton, even though they're beating Arsenal 2-0. I'm going 3-0 Fulham. I think they'll...
Oh, they're asking for a penalty, I think. No, they're not going to get it. That was Arsenal, by the way. You're going for what score, sorry, Brad?
I'm going 3-0 Fulham.
You're going 3-0 Fulham, right.
Yeah, I think Leeds are done.
I've got to say, I hope they are, and no disrespect to Carl, but obviously the best result for us would be a Fulham win. I can't see them get. I just don't think without Mitrovic, I just don't think they are the same team. And I know, no team is a one-man team, but I think but Fulham, looking at them down there at the moment, 15th in the home form table. I'm going to go for a draw here. I'm going to go for a. I'm going to go 1-1. I was considering a Desmond, but I think I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw on that one. So let's see what people are saying. Where are we? Oh, this guy is being a pain. Jeff's gone 2-1 to Fulham. I think that's the only score we've got in at the moment, mate. Yeah, we are 20th, Blue Fox. Yep, so that is the only one that we've got in. on that. I don't know who this 84 Desires is, so if you can keep an eye on him as well, please, Scott. I tell you what I'm going to do. Sorry, guys, just bear with me
No worries.
because he. I'm just putting him on a timeout. It's 1-2. The Arsenal have got one back. Shane hasn't gone for one yet. Scott has gone 3-0 Fulham on that. And next year, just to let you know, we're going to open it up and we're going to be a bit of a mini league, but you have to send your predictions in to Brad, if you're not the three of us, but before to take part. Brentford against Villa, Steve. Brentford are in ninth. They've had a little bit of a fall off, but Villa under Mr. Emery, wow, up to sixth and possibly Europe.
Yep, at the moment they're flying. He's doing a good job. Everybody's starting to play a lot better. He's found a bit of magic just at the right time, I think. So I think it's not going to stop this week. I think they're going to carry on and get a result. So I am going to go for a 2-1 win to Villa.
You're going to go 2-1 to
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. Brad?
Yeah, it's a weird one because Brentford are in that weird sort of form at the moment, are they? Where they kind of count the chickens before they'd hatch, sort of thing. So they did the biggest problem in football is mentioning you're chasing something and then ultimately you lose a few games. And just when Thomas Frank had come out and said Brentford are pushing and fighting for Europe, they've stuttered a little bit. And Villa, in contrast, well, they're trying to upstage Eddie Howe's Newcastle, aren't they? Because they're chasing them down for the top four now. They could do to Newcastle what Liverpool did to us when we were in fourth, couldn't they? So it's interesting. Going to Brentford's never easy, though. It hasn't been easy since they came up to the Premier League. I think this will be a goal fest. I was tempted to go the same score as Steve before he even said his score, to be honest with you. But I'm going to sit on that fence, Chris, of yours, and I'm going to go for a Desmond. I am going 2-2.
You are going 2-2. Right. I have... I'm just looking here. Of the last six, Villa have only actually won one. I think that's just shown Brentford's more recent dominance than Villa. But Villa are just on the run at the moment. You've got to say. If you look at the form table there, Villa in second. Brentford are down in 15th. There's only one way this is going. I'm going to go 3-1 to Villa.
Got it.
Scott is looking forward as ever. Chris will be covering Championship next season if it was to happen. I think we will, yes. I think we definitely will be doing the Championship. Dan has very kindly actually sent me the contacts for most of the clubs. Thank you, Dan. You could at least wait until we were officially down. Jeff has gone 1-1. He's gone for a draw. Shane has gone 2-1 to Villa. Luke has gone 3-1, the same as me. Scott's gone the same as you, Brad, with the Desmond. And the Blue Fox has gone 3-1 to Villa, the same as Luke and myself. So the next game, and this, is Palace hosting Everton. Palace are in 12th, Everton in 17th. We had an Everton fan on a relegation show, didn't we, Brad, the other day? And
so optimistic. I can't believe I've never heard such optimism in all my life.
I have actually messaged him to make sure he hasn't jumped out the window or done anything stupid.
Apparently, I already rang the Samaritans, but he hung up on them.
Probably. Steve, we know which way we'd like this to go, but but we've got to say, got to give credit. I mean, we took the pay out of Roy when he came in, and I said it week after week. What a difference he's made.
Yeah, charismatic. He's come in. He's probably, he probably don't do much on training ground. Gets all his guys to do it, but he's there saying the stuff when he should be saying it. I think it all depends on which Palace turn up on Saturday. If it's the attacking Palace, free-flowing football, it could be a goal feast. But I don't think it's going to be like that way against Everton. I think it's going to be a game where they're thinking they're going to win. I think Everton are going to make it hard for them. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
I'm going 1-1. I mean, Brad, look at Palace. They are 9th in the form table. Everton, they're actually in 14th. They have won one in the last 6, which is obviously one more than us. But I just wanted to look at Everton's away form. Everton away are 19th out of 20 in the form. I can't see this going any other way than a home win. I think Palace, they're not literally safe at the moment. They are on 36 points, which you would think this season would be enough, but I think that they'll want a few more points just to make sure, won't they?
Yeah, the party poppers, the beach balls, the inflatables, you name it, that'll be at Selhurst Park. They're all but safe. It's a matter of when than if for Palace now. I mean, for a guy who played Vardy on the left wing and lost to Iceland as England manager, how he's done this at the age of 963, I don't know. But why is proven to be wrong? I mean, the one thing that really baffles me, right, is when Sean Dyche missed a shoestring budget that he had at Burnley, right? If you told him when he was managing Burnley that he'd go to Everton and get a worse squad and a worse bunch of players, he'd probably laughed at you. But Everton are somehow worse than that Burnley side that he kept up for so many seasons in the Premier League before eventually it fell, the trapdoor fell. And honestly, Chris, you probably got a video ready for it. I'm sure you have. But after watching the way they capitulated after being 1-0 up against a Mitrovic-less Fulham, I've gone horrible for them. I've gone Palace 5-0. I think they're going to get a thumping.
What?
You heard me right.
I didn't
Crystal
expect
Palace
to win, but 5.
Well, I don't believe it.
5-0 you are going for. Wow.
Yeah, Everton are a miserable side right now.
What are you drinking?
Coffee. Honest, Irish is not the answer, obviously.
No. The away form Everton is absolutely awful. It was last season until they turned up at the King Power. And I think you're being well silly here, Brad. I really do. But I'm going 4-0 to Palace.
It's a bit.
I'm looking at that thinking, oh, God, I'm going to be careful how I take the piss out of him here. But yeah,
you cheeky devil, you. Oh, dear.
I think it is going to be all one-way traffic. And it shouldn't be, because on paper, you're looking at the Everton squad and you're thinking, well, they have had some big names there. I don't know. It's a club that's in a mess, isn't it? You know. Oh, hang on. The Southampton manager is playing Connect 4 on his board feverishly as they're having a break. He's got one of those magnetic boards, you know, like you've got with all the coloured things on it.
Yeah.
Feverishly. But there we go. So now then, I am shitting myself. Steve, is this the biggest week in Leicester's recent history? Wolves at home, then Leeds away on Tuesday, and then Everton at home next week.
Mate, out of all the clubs at the bottom, and you know I love Leicester to bits, there's no fight there. There is no fight there. There's that many players want to get away. They don't care if they win, lose, or draw. they still can't pick the right team. They still can't pick, the. I don't know. Nobody seems motivated. Like I said before, you're looking at all these clubs now. You're looking at Southampton's. You're looking at all the teams down the bottom. They are fighting. They are fighting, and you can see it in the body language. But Leicester are not. They're not even arguing with the referee. They're not even kicking anybody. They're not even arguing with each other. You just watch. They just accept everything that goes on. And, I can't see the manager changing that now. I think it's gone too deep. And I think now they're starting to accept. But I've had to go with, with the reverse psychology, hopefully, that I've got a 1-0 Wolves win.
And I do apologise to everybody. I did forget to read your scores out, so we will come back to that in a second. Brad, I think we all tend to feel a little bit better after that second half performance against Man City. And everybody was sort of saying, it was, they took the foot off the gas and they took the best players off. I don't know, Alvarez coming on for that wasn't a bad substitute to have. He's not second rate. Are we all got a false sense of optimism off that 45 minutes?
I think we have a reason to be optimistic off that 45 minutes. Yeah. I think it's more cautious optimism because how many times this season have we seen a performance, even though we've lost or we've got a point or something, only to not go and get any points for the next 3 or 4 games. So it's one of them, but there's no time for winning 1, losing 4 because that relegates us. I've said it before we did that prediction show. We've been talking about it non-stop. So even before the Man City game, Chris, and you've been talking about our running that's coming up now. It's do or die. It's showtime for Leicester. Thank you, Steve, for going for your reverse psychology, and I hope it works because I have gone with my prediction. I believe, did I go 3-0 or 2-0 Leicester? I can't remember.
3-0 Leicester.
Yeah, I think it's got to start, and we've got to do it in a style that kind of really puts the cat amongst the pigeons. I don't think we can. I mean, obviously, winning 1-0 would still be great, but I think it's got to be a convincing win in a weird way.
I think we are. I was actually in a chat on the West Ham panel before I came on here, and it was Jake's, and his dad asked me what I want, what points I would be happy with, and he said, would you take 5 points out of those games? I went, no, we need 9. There's no 2 ways about it. We have to get wins. There's nothing else we'll do at this stage of the season. But I think we're still in the process of. I still think we're going to concede a goal because I think that's just in our DNA at the moment. But I have gone for the win simply because we need it, and I've gone 2-1 to Leicester. It'll be tight. It'll be squeaky bum time. Wolves. I mean, they've won the last couple. Wolves, so you can't knock them for that. But Wolves in the form table are 7th at the moment, so that's a scary thing. Leicester are 19th. In the form table. A little bit worried, I'm not going to lie. So I've gone 2-1. Jeff has gone The Great Escape 2, Wolves 0. Like it, Jeff. The Blue Fox, I still think, hope, we will stay up. Shane's gone 2-1 Leicester Wolves. Luke's gone 2-1 to Wolves. You wait till we get to Forest now. You just wait, Luke. Scott's gone 1-0 to Leicester. Right. Talking of Forest, I must admit, the thing I like about Forest, I do think they are a club with 6 appeal. Come on.
Maybe we could live without the wisecracks.
Sorry, Luke, you asked for it, mate. Coming in here with that prediction. 6-1, they got stuffed last time. Just in case you missed it, Jake, you lost 6-1 the last time you were out. Liverpool were just, your goal difference, it's embarrassing. It really is. Your goal difference is minus 32, higher than anybody down there. Yeah, I know you beat them earlier in the season, but deserved to. Well done. You deserved the win. You played better than them. But Steve, this seems to be a little bit of a turnaround for Liverpool the past few weeks.
I think Liverpool are trying to get their act together. I don't think they're going to get the magic they've had over the last few seasons. But, they're starting to gel again. I think they're starting to get the results, trying to play a bit better. The great result against Leeds, and I think they're going to do the same again. And I can see this being 3-0 to Liverpool.
3-0 to Liverpool. Brad, and this is for Luke as well, Tottenham at the moment are in 20th place in the form table. And their away form is absolutely... I mean, that's just the general table, form table. But in the away table, they're bottom as well. Do Everton. They are doing it terribly away from home. Cricket score?
I'm confused. What fixture we're doing? Because you said Liverpool, Forest, and you just mentioned Tottenham. So I'm confused what the fixture is. What's the fixture?
I didn't say Tottenham.
You did. You said Tottenham were bottom of the form.
I don't know. In my mind, I said Forest, so I apologise.
No, you said Tottenham. That's why I'm asking now. What is it? Is it Liverpool?
In my head,
you've got.
I don't know what.
If you've got Forest on.
I think you need to put 25 points on my score because this is what it's been like all year.
Yeah. Right. Question: Is it Liverpool at home to Forest? Because I'm taking you meant Forest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with Steve on this one. I think it'd be a comfortable win. Forest are done. The only person that's shown any sort of resistance is that annoying Keylor Navas, who stopped you getting 3 points by conceding one more, but couldn't concede another one. Could he, the tight git, to give me the 3 points? But I don't hold salt against him for that. But no, Steve went 3-0 Liverpool. I think they're going to go one more than that. I'm going to go 4-0 Liverpool.
Really? Wow. Okay. You've both gone for high scores. Wow. I mean, like I said, this is the new Liverpool, and it is Forest away or Spurs. I mean, the way Spurs are playing, it's easy to get the two.
They are just as bad. They are just as bad.
Come 20th in a 3-horse race. I think you're probably being a little bit silly, but I'm going to go 6-0 to Liverpool. I'm sorry. I can just, if Liverpool play like they did against Leeds, Forest are just going to be on the end of a whipping. Sorry, Luke, but you know you're a light away from home, and your goal difference, that it could be the goal difference that sends you down. And looking at Leicester, yes, we lost to Man City, which I think was a bit of a free hit. It's really going to be interesting to see what team goes out tomorrow. But the fact that we only lost by 2 goals, to me, was the big plus. Because, it just didn't really sort of harm us that much in the goal difference. But yeah, 6-0 for me, to be honest with you. Let's see what everybody else is saying here. Jeff has gone 3-0, very conservative. Luke has said, to be honest, I think Dean Smith is still working out the best formation and players. That is what happens when you sack a manager too late, top. Or, of course, the worst happens is that you don't sack a manager and you go down, Luke. But time will tell. We'll see. I love you, Luke. I love you. I think he did use that Manchester City game because it was almost a free hit to sort of look at one or two things. I think he'll have pitch next to Soyuncu and crosses next to Vardy, hopefully.
Do you know what piddled me off? You can tell Brendan and his bloody staff haven't got a chuffing clue on recovery times. Because I saw JJ training in the video today, and I got really excited. For he's back, he's training, he's back to full fitness. He can't play for the season because we didn't register him. We chose to pick the Croc Ricardo over JJ. So I'm even more sad to see him back fit and not being able to play this season.
just shows what a real bellend he was. You all laughed at me when I called him a bellend, but I think I was probably quite close to the mark. Scott's gone 7-0 Liverpool. He's gone worse than me. Shane's gone 3-0 to Liverpool. In fairness to Luke, Luke knows we have the banter and what have you. He's gone 4-0 to Liverpool. I think it's going to be a win. The question is how many goals will they score? Tottenham wishful thinking. My daughter knows. She knows what's good for her. And, there we go. Okay, so next up, again, well, are these two teams safe or not, Steve? Bournemouth in 14th, hosting West Ham in 15th, and Brad will know that I do have a lot of meeting. Well, I've got a friend down here who is a Bournemouth fan. He was on the show the other night, and I managed to get a word in with him. And he let me say that I can't believe that I'm looking at Bournemouth staying up and Leicester possibly going down, but it's looking that way, isn't it?
Justice in form in the right time, and that's going to help. It's going to be like hard for Leicester because, like I say, the teams around them, they're getting the results, and we're all trying to hope that all clubs drop points, and I can't see many of the clubs now dropping the points. It's hard now to pick predictions and pick scores the way things are going. West Ham are West Ham. They're always going to be winning some, losing some, and I think winning again in Europe, last night and that is going to help them. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 West Ham win.
Okay, 2-1 West Ham. Brad, they did win, and of course, if I'm honest with you, I'm pleased they won. Not that I'm a huge West Ham fan, but the fact that while they stay in Europe, it does sort of distract them possibly from the league a bit. West Ham 12th on the form table. They are 15th in the Premier League. They've still got a game in hand on everybody. Yes, they've still got a game in hand as well, but they're on 31 points, so not quite safe yet, but 2 points behind Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth are safe. There's no way they go through the rest of their fixtures and not get a couple of points, which is all I think you need to stay up in a sense. I think a couple more points will get them over the line. But West Ham, I get it. They're in like a catch-22, aren't they? They're on like a double-edged sword because they can't just chuck the Europa League conference away because A, it's disrespectful to the European competition. B, it's disrespectful to the fans, and C, they obviously would like to end this season with a European trophy. They'd love to lord that around Arsenal and Spurs fans because Spurs don't know what a trophy looks like, and Arsenal sound like the bottle in their title one. So it'd give them some crumb of comfort if they can stay up and do it. But it's knackering, isn't it? We've seen the effects of it. We've seen what happened last year with us. We really felt the effects of Thursday nights, Sunday games, and whatnot like that. And I've just got a funny feeling this might be the banana skin because how many times over the course of history, guys, have we seen a team win a cup but get relegated? Wigan, Middlesbrough got to 2 finals and got relegated. I know they didn't win anything, but a certain Midlands side beat them in one of the cup competitions on that year. But you know what I mean? Like a team goes all out for a cup competition, gets it, but then goes down. And I've got a funny feeling this will be wiping a smile straight off West Ham fans' face. I'm going Bournemouth to win this game, and I think they'll win it 3-1.
3-1, right. I mean, like I say, I'm happy that they are going because I think it does keep them in it. I mean, they had a good result against Arsenal the other week, mucking all our predictions up, to be honest with you.
Not mine.
Sorry?
So not mine.
You did? What did you go?
I went 1-1. I went 1-1.
You went 1-1, all right, yeah. But it wasn't 1-1.
It's the only smug result I got that week, all right? Leave me alone.
Oh, how things have changed when you're grabbing onto a 1-1 when it was 2-2.
I know, I'm grabbing onto a point from West Ham, thanks.
I mean, Yes, and I think it's interesting to see West Ham fans' reaction because they all wanted Moyes out, but obviously what's keeping him in the job is the fact that he's doing well in Europe. But West Ham fans are saying to me that it's actually agreed that Moyes is going to go in the summer. Now, if that is the case, and if people know that and the rumours are there, the fans will know it. The players will know it. And we all know what happens when players know that a manager is going to be leaving. Look at Manchester City in 15-16. They actually announced Pellegrini would be leaving, and the players just, I don't think they just didn't win a game. If they did, they didn't win many. So I think that could affect it, and I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth. So there we go. Did you go Bournemouth as well, Steve?
No, he went 2-1 West Ham.
2-1 West Ham. It's all right. If you had, I was going to change my mind. Jeff has gone 2-1 to West Ham as well. Scott's gone 2-2. He's gone for the Desmond. Luke's gone 2-0 Bournemouth. And Shane has gone 1-1. The last game of the weekend, 2 o'clock on Sky on the Sunday, Steve. It is Newcastle in 4th, hosting Spurs in 5th. I have a feeling I know which way you might be going with this one.
Yes, mate. 3-0 Newcastle.
I love the fact that this is the shortest answers I get on any show is the predictions of Steve when it comes to Tottenham. Brad, I think you might be agreeing.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time. Spurs are dreadful. They're the second biggest circus next to Chelsea. I'm agreeing with Steve. 3-0 Newcastle.
It's at Newcastle, which is always the thing. They're just, it's amazing. They just always play better there with that crowd. And I can't disagree. Spurs are a mess. How they're still in 5th, God only knows. Who did they lose to the other week, Spurs? Who did they?
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, didn't they? 2-3. They were 2-0 up, I think, weren't they, as well?
Yeah, and the worst thing is about that is Bournemouth coach got stuck in traffic. They weren't allowed to warm up and the game kicked off 15 minutes late. And Spurs still couldn't win.
No. And they started kicking. They kicked off at 3, but they couldn't score into the empty net. But yeah, have I given you? I've not given you a prediction yet, have I? I am going through 2-1 to Newcastle.
I was just about to ask you, how do you write it for earlier as a score prediction?
You're new. You should know these things. Come on. There we go. Scott's gone 3-1 to Newcastle. Jeff's gone the same as me. Well done, Scott. Always knew you were a wise man. Jeff's gone 2-1 Newcastle. Shane's gone 4-0 to Newcastle. And Luke has gone 2-0 to Newcastle. So Spurs haven't got many friends in the show tonight.
They should really change the names to Bottleham Hotspur, shouldn't they? It make more sense.
I should just say Spurs have got no friends, really, shouldn't I? And Leicester for Life has just sneaked in there with 3-1 to Newcastle. Okay, so that's the weekend's games. We've got then another set of games midweek. So it's week 33 midweek. And if anybody says, like, where's Chelsea and a couple of other teams, of course, it is the FA Cup this weekend. So we are missing the likes of Brighton. And I'm really... Have Brighton got Chelsea or have Brighton got Man United? I'm trying to think.
Man United.
Don't think it might. Yeah, it's got to be Man U, isn't it? Because they won the Battle of the Potters. Yeah.
I was off the line there by Southampton. All I want to say is, you know me, I like to see the smaller teams do well, and I don't mean that disrespectful to Brighton because I still think of Leicester as a smaller team, but I really do wish them luck. But that, as I say, is the weekend games. We're going to be back in 2 seconds, and we're going to do all the next week's games. And here we go.
The Prediction Show from Leicester Till I Die TV. Brought to you by ex-Fox Steve Lynex and foxy7clothing.co.uk.
Back of the net.
Leicester Till I Die podcasts on the Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Anchor, and all podcast platforms.
Something is coming. Something big.
So I was just on the phone then to the Guinness Book of Records. 45 minutes for a set of fixtures. I think that is the quickest we've ever done it all season. But we're into midweek. Obviously, form and all that's going to go out the window because we don't know what's going to happen this weekend. So it's pretty much sort of wet your finger, stick it in the air, or stick it wherever you want to stick it, I guess, really. But the first game on Tuesday, and all the midweek games are on BT. If anybody has got a BT pass or they subscribe to BT, they will be able to watch it, or watch them all, I should say. Wolves kick off on the Tuesday, hosting Palace. 13th plays 12th at the moment. Mid-table. Anything for either of these to play for, Steve?
Yeah, I think Wolves are going to stay on the run they're going. I think they're going to be on top at Molineux. They're, like I say, you don't know which Palace team is going to turn up. So I'm going to go for a. Wolves are not really prolific at the moment, so I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves.
We're going 1-0 Wolves. Brad?
I mean, I think Palace will suffer a little bit of a hangover after they thrash Everton by my predicted scoreline. Wolves at home. I said to you, Chris, didn't I? I'm glad that we're playing Wolves at the King Power instead of at Molineux after their last result. Although saying that, I think we've actually had more points away from home this season than at home, so it doesn't really do much for us. But in terms of Wolves, they are travel sick. I think this season is what got them into trouble. I think Palace will take the foot off the gas a little bit here. And I think Wolves will win this one 2-0.
2-0. I think this is going to be a tight one. I think Palace I would have gone for Palace win if it had been at Selhurst Park. I'm going to go for a Desmond on this one. So I'm going to go 2-2. I think it's going to be a draw. Aston Villa, Steve. Oh, sorry. Let's just have a look what everybody else is saying. Sorry, nearly forgot then. Wolves 1, Palace 0, says Jeff. Shane's gone 2-1 to Palace, and the True Red's gone a draw as well. I'm agreeing too much with Luke. Can I say this? And it's half time, and you're calling Spurs the bottlers. I just suppose it's a habit that you get when if you're based in North London, isn't it? But it's 2-1 to Southampton at the moment. Scott's gone 2-1 to Palace. Okay. Villa, currently, like we're saying, 6th on a good run under Emery, hosting Fulham, who should have Mitrovic back for this one. I believe. Hang on a second. When is that game?
Doesn't he come back after we play him, I thought? Or maybe it is this one, actually.
No, he's not back for this one. Sorry, you're right. He's not back for this one.
Yep, Villa are going to carry on the way they're playing. I think they're getting better and better at home. Like I say, Fulham's season's derailed. I can't see them getting the results they've been getting all season. So it's going to be hard running for them, I think, now, no matter who they play. So I'm going to go for 2-0 Aston Villa. 2-0
Aston Villa. Brad?
I think it'll be more comfortable than that. I think Fulham are kind of relieved that they got the 3 points against Dr. Everton. But Villa do look good, don't they? They don't look like slowing down. I'm going 3-0 Villa.
Snap, exactly what I'm gone for, Brad. 3-0 to Aston Villa. Fair play to them. They've got a good manager in, and they made that decision early on. And let's hope I'd love to again. I wouldn't mind seeing Villa in Europe at all. Everybody else has gone Villa 2-0, says Jeff. Shane's gone the same. Luke's gone 1-0 Villa, and Leicester for Life's gone 2-0 to Villa. Oh my God! If we lose against Wolves, they might just make the rest of the games pointless. We're travelling up to Leeds, Steve. Two teams battling it out. Hopefully, if we're off the back of a win against Wolves, we could be up for the fight and really sort of think we've got something to fight for here. I have a feeling you're going for Leeds on this one.
I am, mate. I'm going for Leeds. I can't see Leicester, to be honest, getting behind Leeds. They're playing in front of them all the time. That's going to suit Leeds. It's going to suit the home ground. It's going to be a frustrating night. I'm going to go for it again with the old reverse psychology. And I'm going to go for 2-0 Leeds.
All I can say, Steve, I can only just say
your
this.
opinion is wrong.
I'm hoping it is, for God's sake. But because this season when I've backed Leicester, they've lost. So I've had to turn it back around now to say that they'll lose.
Can I just say,
but when you've used reverse psychology, Steve, you've bloody gained points because they've lost.
The thing is, it hasn't worked because when you look at the full Xbox prediction league, you've actually got Steve's on like 5 points for the whole season. I'm currently top, but I've only got something like 15. I mean, none of us have sort of done very well in it at all. None of us would make a manager. Give me something to smile about, Brad, please.
Yeah, I hate Leeds. I think they're going to go down. They're a disaster of a team. They're a joke of a club in terms of who they're hiring as managers, what they're doing at the club. They've got about as much clue as who Chelsea want as the next manager, which is zero clue. I'm making this prediction purely on my resentment for them as a football club. I'm going Leicester to win it 5-0.
Oh, God. Sorry, I was shocked there. Again, that's the second time you've done that. Remember, I've got a weak heart, Brad. Don't keep
sorry.
to me. If I don't turn up for a show, everybody blame Brad, or celebrate with Brad, whichever way you want to look at it. Okay.
Don't think like that.
5-0. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll give you one prediction. What would you want?
Yes, exactly. I think we can't take any team lightly because they're going to be looking at Leicester and thinking, this is Leicester, we can get something from this. But I've got to go 3-0 Leicester simply because I think the three games we've got, Wolves, Leeds, Everton, I think Wolves is going to be the toughest and Everton on paper should be the easiest. But look, what a season. So I'm going to go, what did I just say, 3-0 Leicester?
Yeah.
On this. So what have people gone for in the chat? Jeff's gone 2-1 to Leicester. Shane's gone 4-2 to Leicester. I'll take that. Luke's gone 1-1. I think that's what he would like. Blue Fox has gone 3-1 to Leicester. Leicester for Life 2-1. Big Ant's in. Good evening, Ant. How are you? You're bottling it. Your boys are bottling it, Anthony. What are you doing? Have you come in here for a bit of light relief at half time? I must admit, Ant, I guess you're torn with it because, of course, your first team is playing your second team. So I presume you're going for Arsenal. No, he's going for Arsenal, obviously. But, oh dear, 32 seconds. Oof. But come on, we want you to win this. You're not helping us at all. Whatever you said, Blue Fox agreed with you, Brad. So not the prediction, but on the opinion of Leeds. Okay.
Hey, that's fine. At least you agree with me half of it. That's what matters.
Scott has gone 2-1 to Leicester. Right, I've got to fold my card over. Wednesday night, again, all of these are on BT. Nottingham Forest hosting Brighton, Steve.
Yep, I think Forest are going to be Forest. They're going to try, but they're not going to get anywhere. And I think they're probably playing somebody else in Brighton at the moment. Brighton, it all depends on how Brighton get on over the weekend in the Cup. I think they'll get a good result in the Cup. And I think the momentum will carry them on there. And I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Brighton.
Okay. Brad?
Forest are going down 3-0 Brighton.
We need Brighton to win, don't we? But just nobody's doing us favours. But yeah, I've got to agree. I'm going to go to... it's at home. 3-1 Brighton. I'm going 3-1. Next game, which is 15 minutes later, kick-off at 7:45. Chelsea hosting Brentford, Steve. Oh, sorry, let me just tell you why you're thinking that. I need to just have a look at what everybody is predicting in the chat. Where do we go here? Brighton 2, Forest 0, says the Blue Fox. Same for Jeff. Shane is going 4-1 Brighton. Leicester for Life's going 4-0. True Red is going 2-1 to Brighton. God, that's twice you've gone against your own team, Luke. What's up with you? Scott has gone 4-2 to Brighton. I think you've got your own team going down as well as taking us down as well. And Leicester for Life. So don't apologise to him, Leicester for Life. He's a Forest fan. He knows how we feel. Next game, Chelsea hosting Brentford. Oh, dear, Chelsea.
They're in a mess, in a big mess. And I don't think, to be honest, people are going to slag me off for saying I don't think it's Frank's fault at this one. I think it's purely down to the owner. I think he's trying to run everything from selling burgers to cutting the grass to doing whatever. I think he's bang out of order when he wants to come into the dressing room and, have a go and have his say. I don't think anybody at the moment respects him. And I don't think, I think that all the players are losing confidence with the club itself, the way it is and the way it's being run. So, purely on that, they're luckily, I think, going to get a draw, and I think it's going to be no goals.
0-0. I think that's the first 0-0 we've had tonight. I just think, do these rich owners, when they actually buy a football club, do they never actually engage their brains when they run the football club? Because they run the businesses like they run the football clubs. I mean, where on this planet at all do you think that Frank Lampard's better than the guy you've just sacked? Really? I mean, come on. But look, he's there. It's a joke. Chelsea are a joke club this season, I think. How do you see it, Brad?
For all the stick I've given Frank Lampard, I mean, I know, me give Frank Lampard stick, you've never heard it before. I do feel a little bit sorry for him, and I think it's quite disrespectful.
Sorry, what?
I know. I said I feel sorry for Frank Lampard. A sentence that you never thought I'd piece together. But what my opinions on his managerial or lack of managerial brain aside, I think it's very disrespectful of all the news articles saying this guy's getting the Chelsea job, this guy's interviewed for the Chelsea job, this guy. They have had in the last 6 hours today alone, Nagelsmann rule himself out, Pochettino be the favourite, and Vincent Kompany they're approaching the shortlist as a favourite. You've got a manager in charge you only get the job to. Now, I know it's a disaster and it proves that you shouldn't have Frank in charge. But for Christ's sake, don't be this disrespectful. It's a billionaire buffoon. Where have we heard that term before? Donald Trump. People with power, with no sense and a lot of money, thinking they can buy their way to success with the new fancy toy. And for that reason alone, sorry, Fat Frank, but Brentford are beating Chelsea, and I actually hope Chelsea... I wish it was possible for them to get relegated. I know they still can mathematically, but I wish they were really down in here and went down to the Championship. If there's a team I could relegate for the disdain and disrespect that they're giving their fans and the league and their managers, they deserve to go down. I'm going 2-0 Brentford.
Don't sit on the fence, Brad.
Oh, sorry. I'll be a bit more clearer. I hate Chelsea and their owners. Brentford 2-0. There. I've stopped sitting on the fence for you, Chris.
I'm sorry, but I cannot believe that you have just said that you feel sorry for Fat Frank.
Mate, nor can I.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
Yeah,
Mate, I need to lie down because I never thought I'd say it as a sentence.
I'm going to get a contract out on you, I'll tell you.
I'd clip it just to remind me I actually said it in a court of law.
I suppose I've got to predict this one, haven't I? 1-1. I'm going for the draw.
I nearly snapped my coffee out. You just give Chelsea a goal. Sorry. 1-1.
Shane has gone 2-1 to Brentford. Leicester for Life has gone 2-1 to Brentford. Scott's gone 3-1 Brentford. Blue's gone 4-0 Brentford. True Red's gone 1-0 Brentford. Not many Chelsea fans in tonight.
Chris is suddenly looking at his prediction like, actually.
But then again, maybe I'm the one that's right. You know?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Brad thought you were Superfan's biggest fan, I think. 80 million for Mudrich. Well, they're just paying. They were just doing silly money, weren't they? They were doing what Forest were doing, but just with more expensive players. West Ham hosting Liverpool, Steve. Again, there's no Europe, obviously, this week, but they are playing another game. They still got that game in hand. This isn't it. West Ham going to get anything at home?
I think this one's going to be a draw, to be honest. I think West Ham typically going to play better against the likes of Liverpool because Liverpool try and, they're not going to try and come at you like any other team. They're going to be playing, sideways and across the pitch and that and whatever. But I still think that Liverpool's back four do allow for the few hiccups. And I think the way that West Ham are playing more better going forward than they are going backwards, I think I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
Desmond, wow, okay. Brad, we need Liverpool to win, but I don't know whether that will affect us or not, because I don't think West Ham are in the doo-doos too much.
They're not right now, but if, like I said, if history's anything to go by with a team that seems to focus on winning a trophy when they're in a relegation battle and getting ahead of themselves in a race, I don't know if Liverpool will win this game. It'd be typical of West Ham to get something from it just to keep their head above water going into the final few games. I was going to go really wild and give my first 0-0 of the week, but I'm not going to. Or am I? No, I'm going to go 1-0 Liverpool. I don't know why, but I just feel like Liverpool have sorted their proverbial out just at the end of the season, as they've done a few times before, and they'll find a way to sneak a winner.
Second half just kicked off. I would say Arsenal.
Have Southampton scored yet? Come on, Southampton, you're slacking.
They're still winning 2-1. They are holding on like they headed the ball off the line just before half time. The problem with West Ham is it's like, I mean, they've got themselves out of the doo-doo. They had 2 games where they were awful games and they won 1-0. That won't bother West Ham fans. The fact that they got the 6 points will more than make up for the fact that they didn't play the West Ham way. And then, of course, they got the result against the team that's losing tonight, Arsenal. 2-0 Liverpool. I think Liverpool, like I say, are having a strong end to the season, so I'm going 2-0 to Liverpool. Let's see what everybody is saying in the chat. 2-1 Liverpool, says Jeff. Scott's gone for a Desmond. Shane's gone the same as me. Good man, Shane. Like the cut of your jib. He's gone 2-0 to Liverpool. Leicester for Life's gone 3-1. Blue Fox 2-0 Liverpool, nothing that special. I think he's going 2-0 to, or he's going 2-0 to West Ham because West Ham are at home. So you could be saying that. True Red has gone 1-1, and the Blue Fox has gone, I agree, that I was a bit over the top with 4-0 Brentford. So there we go. Now then, 8 o'clock Wednesday night on BT. I didn't know whether to do a watch along for this or not, and then I thought, sod it, no, we're a Leicester channel, we'll do our normal debate and we'll just cover it during the chat. Manchester City in second, hosting Arsenal in first. 4 points is the difference as things stand, Jeff, after this game. They don't seem to do well on Friday nights, Arsenal, do they? I seem to remember a certain Brentford coming up and beating them on a Friday night. But how, if City win this, then wow, it's right in the mix.
Game over for Arsenal, I'm afraid. I think the magician, the master, is going to give the apprentice a good hiding. I think it's going to be Man City all the way now. Arsenal, they're going to go into panic mode. They're going to go into, we don't want to lose any points at Man City. They're not going to come out like they usually do. And I think Man City all want to prove a point here. So I'm going to go 3-0 Man City.
3-0 Man City, wow. Brad?
I stand true to my word. I said it since day one, even when Arsenal fans are getting cocky. Man City are going to turn this around, and all of a sudden that 4-point gap between them is non-existent. I mean, if they don't win tonight, Arsenal, yes, they'll still be 4 points, but they'll essentially be 2 points behind if Man City win the game in hand, and I don't see anything other than the Man City juggernaut. And Arsenal at the moment, they cannot start a game to save their lives. They don't know how to turn an engine over and get started. And if Southampton can score after 33 seconds, what are Man City going to do? Well, I'm going to make it a third one of these of the night. I think it's going to be a horror show. I think Man City are going to stump them 5-0.
Wow. No, really?
Yeah, honestly,
I've run out of clips. I don't know what to play for you anymore. I haven't even got the Hallelujah one up. Oh, I've still got the Hallelujah one up. I think I deleted it because I was updating everything. I don't know what to play for you. I really, really don't. Brad, I've nothing. I've got absolutely nothing.
Finally broken him, Steve. I finally caught him unawares. No, honestly, I think that the capitulation's there for everybody to see with Arsenal. I'm backing myself 5-0.
I mean, I'm almost at the point of playing Happy Birthday. That's all I've got left. Well, we could be, I suppose in fairness, we could be saying this to Arsenal, couldn't we?
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So who knows? Look, 5-0. I don't think it'll be 5-0, but it's at the Etihad. If Arsenal lose tonight, Man City will be sat there. Man City will be having a party. And how can a team that is going for the Premier League title lose to the team that's at the bottom? I know we lost to them twice, but we're Leicester, for God's sake. I can't see Arsenal getting anything, unfortunately. I'm not going to be quite as mad as Brad was. I'm going to go 3-1 Man City. So let's see.
So that's Carl Walker scoring an own goal then.
Well, yes, There we go. Blue Fox. That was his last one. Right, 2-1 to Man City, says Jeff. Leicester for Life has gone 3-1 Man City. Shane has gone 3-2 Man City. 3-0 has gone Blue Fox. Scott think it's going to be a dead rubber and has gone 0-0. And the True Red has gone 2-1 to Manchester City. It could be a big night. It could be a big night. On the Thursday, Everton kick the evening off. Steve, hosting Newcastle.
Yep, I think this is going to be the shocker result. I think this week. I think with Newcastle doing really, really well, trying to get the top 4 places, but this is where I see Everton coming up with a really, really bogus result, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Everton.
Was that? Let me just show you this, Steve. I just want to show you something because I don't know if you remember. I did show it earlier, but I just want to bring that up again there for you. And you've said like all year that it's me writing things down wrong. I'm not sure it is, to be honest with you, and I use that, Your Honour, as exhibit number 15. Steve has gone. Oh, God, you're not going for your 15 points in. I thought you might get 15 this week with the 2 sets of games, but I don't know.
You never know. You never know.
No, I do know. I do know with those predictions. Brad,
Well, right now he's off the mark because none of us are getting a point for the first game, are we?
Brad, which way are you going to go with this?
I mean, in a little way, don't worry, don't panic. I'm not going to raise your heart rate again. I do think Newcastle will have a little bit of a blip here. I do think they'll stumble again because you've seen some of the results have just been a little bit left field. All of a sudden, they just don't seem to turn up. And I think in an last-ditch effort to try and really throw everything at the survival baton, Everton will stay strong. They'll get in front. But I still see Newcastle winning this game. And I'm going to go Everton 1, Newcastle 2.
That is a bit more realistic. It's at home, but can I see Everton scoring? No, I don't think I can. Newcastle can't afford to drop points now because the Man United have overtaken them. 2-1 to Newcastle. I'm going to give them a goal. I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle.
Copying my own work again. So I'll catch you up, Steve.
Well, look, if I should have matched you with every prediction and just I'll win the whole thing by a point.
I'd have deliberately started writing mine down different on my sheet, mate.
Jeff has gone 2-0 to Newcastle. Shane has gone 3-1 to Newcastle. True Red has gone 3-0 Newcastle. Scott's gone 5-1 to Newcastle. Wow. Blue Fox has gone 4-0 and has had to go. But thank you very much for popping in, Blue. I hope you are well and have a good evening and a good weekend. Let's hope we get 3 points. And Leicester for life, let me think. And he's gone 5-0 Newcastle as well. And we are coming up to the 55th minute, and the Arsenal players are trying to get the fans behind them. And I think the fans are probably saying, fuck off, you're losing. That's the corner. Let's just see what happens with this corner. I mean, it is all, I've got to be honest with you, it is all Arsenal at the moment, but they are defending with their life. Could be in here, though. Oh, no, chipped it across, straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Right. Everybody's favourite team, South Coast Derby, Southampton, Bournemouth. Bournemouth were hoping that this would be the game that relegates Southampton, but I think after tonight's performance as it's going, I don't think it will be. How do you see this one, Steve?
Purely on tonight's result, Southampton are going to be absolutely loving it, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 Southampton win.
Wow. Okay. Everybody's been writing Southampton off, Brad, and I've said, look, they're only 2 points behind us. I mean, going down would be bad enough. At this rate, we're going down bottom. how but Bournemouth are going to Southampton are going to be battling for their lives, but like you say, Bournemouth are virtually safe.
Yeah, and that might, unfortunately, for Leicester fans who won't want to hear this, but that might just play into Southampton's hand.
Yeah.
It's really depressing to know that Southampton will be on 17 points if we got a finger out our arses when we played them. But hey ho, that's Leicester for you, isn't it, this season, I think, sadly. I mean, on paper, should be a comfortable one for Bournemouth. You know, I haven't predicted one, and I've been a bit eccentric to put it politely with my predictions this one. So I'm gonna probably surprise you for a calmer reason. I'm gonna put it down as a dull and go for a 0-0.
0-0, your first 0-0 with the penultimate game. Unfortunately, I see where Steve's coming from. You went for a Southampton win, didn't you, Steve?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think because Bournemouth are virtually there, and they've done well, but they have always got, like, you know, they can do well, poor. That sort of Bournemouth. And Southampton, like you say, this will give them such a boost if they get something from this, knowing that they're not bottom, and depending what Leicester do as to where they are. But I think that the battle for them to stay up, I think this is going to be a 2-1 Southampton win, unfortunately. And I hate to say it, because it won't do us any favours at all. But I can say I'm going to have to go 2-1 Southampton. Jeff has gone 1-0 Bournemouth. Leicester's gone 2-0 Bournemouth. Scott has gone 3-2 Southampton. Blue Fox has gone 3-1 Southampton. I thought you'd gone Blue Fox.
He couldn't resist.
Welcome back. Shane has gone 1-1. And True Red Luke has gone 1-0 to Bournemouth. More, I think, in hope than anything else. Can you imagine, gentlemen, if we get relegated and we're 20th and Nottingham Forest are 19th? I mean, the worst thing going. Last game then, which is Thursday night at 8:15. Again, this is going to be a quick one from Steve, I'm guessing. Spurs hosting Man United.
Yeah, I can only say one line for this is that please don't play Maguire or De Gea because I don't want Tottenham to win. So please sort them two out for God's sake. And I'm going to go for, and I don't really like Man United, but I'm going to go for a 4-0 Man United win.
Yeah, you couldn't go blue. You had to stay. You see, you come in. You think you're popping in just to watch a show, and then you get involved, and you think, oh, you're going to go, but you can't because we don't let you. Welcome to the online version of the Hotel California. You check in, but you never check out. So I'm off on one. That's stuff. I must stop having this straight vodka, you know. Right. Oh God. Yeah. I mean, what? I mean, people have been going mad. I know you're in the goalkeepers union about Ward and you know how bad he's been all season. But my God, De Gea the other day, and Maguire, you've got to say you can see how Man United fans are sort of running out of patience with him. But looking at Ramsdale tonight, what? I don't know what's happening, but yeah, I mean, Ten Hag did not look very, very happy at all. He's gonna put a rocket up their arses, isn't he? And I don't think Maguire will be playing.
Yeah, he's got to do something, hasn't he? Because all that happy attitude and, you know, daisies were growing, they were dancing in the field, they were holding, they were doing ring of roses, and they were going to win the quadruple and everything. How's that working out for you, Manchester United? I guess beating Seville in a European competition is not for everybody, is it, Chris? And Steve, you know.
I'm thinking, if he doesn't say it, I'm going to. But I'll let No, it's not. Not many clubs can, or not many English clubs can beat them.
Well, that's true. Well, I mean, the writing was on the wall because Seville are the Europa League kings, aren't they? They like that competition more than anybody else. So probably as predictable. I mean, to be fair to De Gea, you got to give credit where it's due. It was a fantastic layoff for him. He set it up. He dead ball, brought it down, passed it straight into his path. Couldn't have picked him out any better. I mean, unfortunately for United fans, he was their goalkeeper and not a Seville player. But this is two awful teams that are having an awful moment. Spurs are just awful. And Man U are having a stuttering moment of their season. It's almost like the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is starting to seep through the Ten Hag mask. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Ole.
I don't. I don't really care, but I suppose I should put a prediction, being as you're a point ahead of me, so I don't give you a free ride of definitely not getting caught on the last game on this one. Oh, I've got two results in my head. I don't know which to pick one. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch on.
Careful. Be careful. That got Jeremy Clarkson into trouble.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? I'm going to go with the second one that was in my head because it won the vote, and I'm going to go 3-1 Man United.
3-1 Man United. That eeny, meeny, miny, moe, it was always the second one that wins. I don't know why people do it.
I know.
Yeah, I've got to say, Man United sat in third, and I'm no fan of Man United, and the majority of Man United fans are fine, but some of them are just ridiculous. But I've got to give credit where credit's due. No way did I think Man United would be doing what they're doing this season. I thought it would be sort of a period of settling in, and for Ten Hag, and maybe they come in seventh possibly. But he's done well for them. It was a disastrous way to go out, but they're out, and they've got concentrate now on the league, as they say. They're not going to win the league, we know that, but I think if they finish third this season, that will be a good thing for them. They'll be happy with that. And I'm going to go 2-1 Man United. No, I'm not. Yes, I am, because De Gea could make another cock up. 2-1 Man United.
Well,
so,
okay.
Let's see what everybody's gone for here. Jeff has gone 2-1 to Tottenham. Blue Fox says, like I have to say. Man United 3, Spurs 0, said Blue. Scott's gone for a Desmond. Leicester for Life's gone 1-0 Man United. A 1-1 draw, says Shane. Luke says, can we not say the word relegation now? Oh, I wish. Spurs 1, Man United 1, says Luke. And Jeff said, expecting a relaxing watch along tonight. So we'll be preparing egg and cress sandwiches and a pot of tea. More tea, Vicar. Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, and any other Leicester fan that's in, who's going to join Brad and Steve and do the big bad Leicester quiz? Come on, guys. We can do this. I can work around the fact that you're in a different time zone, Jeff, even if it means doing it at 3 a.m. I will do that for you because I'm awake most mornings at 3. But come on, in the chat, if you are a Leicester fan, please do put your name forward because it is only Leicester this going to be this quiz. We're not bothering with fans of other clubs because they always beat us. So we're going to go just Leicester fans. And that way we're guaranteed a winner. We're guaranteed that Leicester will win it. That's my thoughts. Am I putting you down, Jeff? Blue, Leicester for life? Go on, you want to. Scott, come on, put your name down. Join in. Gentlemen, thank you very much. 65 minutes gone. Arsenal still losing. A busy night, but thank you so very much. Oh, my God. It's not, is it, Scott? I'm behind you. Apparently, Scott, Southampton have got a third.
Oh, please. Just for the title race.
Yes.
And then, oh, God. Oh, dear.
Can I just change some of my predictions, please?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we all went 3-1 Southampton, didn't we, guys? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Before the show went live, we said we'll say Arsenal to keep Anthony happy, but If I give us all three, oh God,
Steve,
sorry.
we didn't go 3-0 Arsenal. We went the other way, 3-0 Southampton, didn't we? I'm sure.
Yeah. Told you, Brad.
Yeah, and I said there would be 4 goals in it. That's what I meant. I said there'd be 4 goals in it, 1 for Arsenal and 3 for Southampton. So I'll give you guys a point. I'll have 3. Yeah, brilliant.
The point, actually, out of fairness.
You know what? I'd find this more enjoyable if it didn't mean we were bottom of the league.
No. Nate, he said I would, but I know nothing. But then again, you'd be in good company.
Hey, you'd be in great company, me, mate. You'd be all right.
It was such. His defending there is so awful. LCF Grey Blue has already put his name down for it. I have got him doing that. Scott says, what you're trying to stitch me up with. Sorry, I heard you in the background, but not sure what you're trying to volunteer me for. You're volunteering. There we go, guys. You've seen it.
It's all right. Yeah, get his name in. Well done, Scott. Thanks for volunteering. Let's tribute. Scott's in.
Scott, you're volunteering for that there, the big fat Leicester quiz. Am I putting your name down? Go on. Blue Fox.
Go on, Scott. Do it.
Blue Fox, I think I should put you down as well. Come on, let's get some Leicester fans in here. So far, Steve and Brad are doing it. Craig's going to kick it off, so he's going to be switching from being quizmaster to quiz. Great. You see, Jeff's leaving without even saying he's going to do it. Jeff, you're disappointing me, mate.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Neil and Ant are also in from LC, whatever their channel is, Ant's Leicester fan channel, and I can't remember.
Beyond the 90.
That's it, Beyond the 90. Yeah. Thank you so very much. Blue Fox, put me down. I don't know what I meant to do. Let me just show you. These are going to be the categories. There you go. I'll leave that up so you can have a look. Everybody gets the same categories, and you get to pick your own season at the end, unless you call Brad, and we're going to let Steve pick his season for him.
Well, if that's the case, then Steve's getting the 1893. He can do it for that one.
Yeah, he was part of that team, wasn't he?
Oh crap! Sorry, yeah, so he was.
Sorry, Steve. Sorry. Brad's dragged me into that. I didn't want to go there, but Brad just took me there. But look, there we go. Gentlemen, thank you so very, very much. Steve, thank you as always. And
you're welcome to it.
Let me just say before we go, if I can find it, let me just say, and I thank you for obviously backing at the show as well. And oh my God, where is it? I had it already a second ago. Here we go.
The prediction show from Leicester Till I Die TV is brought to you by ex-Fox Steve Lynex and foxy7clothing.co.uk.
Back of the net.
Get over there, Foxy7 Clothing. You get one of these. You can get one of these. Get one of these. Are you still doing the free signed photographs as well?
Yes, mate, we are. Yeah.
Get a free signed. Mine's up on the wall. Yeah. So.
A rumour has it if you spend over £50, you don't even get the signed photo.
Sorry. There we go, Steve. I'll do that for you.
That's better. Where he belongs.
I think we should have a
yeah, I'm sorry, Steve. That's me getting charged double when I pay Snordy. But like, I know this person, tax him £50.
We'll set Jimmy Melrose on you as well.
For God's sake.
Steve, thank you very much, mate, for coming in. I don't know what you're doing on Monday. We're going to be doing the post-match. I think it's going to be an early one, 7 o'clock. Brad doesn't even know that yet. But we're trying to do that and then the preview for Leeds afterwards. So if you're free, 7 o'clock if you can on Monday, that would be great.
Okay, Matthew, no problem.
And thank you very much. Have a good weekend. I hope your prediction is wrong for Leicester Wolves, but who knows with this silly season?
I hope they do, mate. I hope they do.
You know, but take care, mate, and we'll see you on Monday.
Okay, see you guys. Thanks very much.
See you, Steve.
Bye-bye. Thanks very much to Steve there. He said, this is more fun than watching us play. Yeah, well, we try to be. I've always said we're not the biggest, we're not the best. That's what I used to tell my ex-wife as well. Not the biggest, not the best, but we do have a laugh and a joke. Brad, where can people find you? Thank you so much for coming on.
They can find me on Facebook if you just care to see what random crap I share in my life. You can find me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at Fulltime Focus. Find me here first of all, so make sure you do that lovely thing and support Chris's channel because that's where you'll see more of me. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just mute my voice and still support Chris. And then obviously my YouTube channel where it's got a lot going on in the works over these last few weeks. Is top 10 battles. So yeah, that's it. Blue Fox has got it spot on. Yeah, that will.
The description. Well, it's always in the description. Even if Brad's not on, we carry the link for Brad's channel across onto that. So yeah, let me just say, oh God, I'm not going to sleep tonight. I know I'm not because this is what is happening. If I need to get these sorted into some sort of order. But here we go.
Coming up next on Leicester Till I Die TV.
It's Jeff and his egg and cress sandwiches because it's the watch along, and we'll be starting tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We're starting a bit early because, again, we'll be doing the press conference first. Brad hopefully will be able to join us before the kickoff just to say what he thinks of the team. At half time to see how, comment on our fantastic 3-0 first half performance, and at the end as well, because we don't do the post-match now because it just takes over the whole of Saturday night and we've all got lives allegedly. So we're now going to do that and we'll talk afterwards on Monday night. So I want to say oh my God, Southampton are doing the Poznan. How bad is it going to get? How bad is it?
Dear. Oh. I mean, you know, Arsenal fans, right? They're very clever with their singing, don't they? They sing Arsenal, Arsenal. Well, they might want to change that to Arsenal because this is laugh out loud watching them bloody play football right now.
Arsenal, isn't it?
Arsenal, yes.
Hey.
Like it.
Thank you. I'm here all week. Brad, thank you very much, mate. Stay in the back because I need to take the predictions off you. And
yeah, no worries.
Brilliant.
No worries,
I will see you whenever I will see you.
Well, if you want, I can come on at 2 o'clock because I won't have anything. I've got nothing tomorrow, so I could come on at 2 with you. We could look at the press conference and team news and talk about it then. So I'll see you then, mate.
Yeah,
you want?
Fantastic. But stay in the chat, obviously, and we'll go.
Yeah, we'll do.
Thanks very much, mate. All the best, and see you tomorrow. Cheers. Thanks to everybody that was in the chat. Thanks to Steve. Thanks to Brad for joining in. And, of course, myself, because I'm top of the league. Top of the league. Top of the league. Where are you, Brad? I'm top of the league. I couldn't make the most of it because I'm not going to be there for long. He lets me have the odd week here and there, does Brad. But thanks to Brad and Steve. I really do appreciate them. I couldn't do it without them. Well, I could, but then I would just be predicting on my own. I probably would win it then, though, of course. Thanks to everybody that was in the chat. Blue Fox, I've got you down for the quiz. Thank you very, very much. If anybody else wants to. Scott, am I putting you down? I think I wrote you down, Scott. I think you're going to do that, aren't you? Good man, Scott. Yeah, I think that's. I think he's saying Thierry Henry and Vieira in the stands. Oh no! He's saying put me down for the quiz, Chris. That's what it is. Well done, Scott. Well volunteered, sir. It won't be till the summer break anyway. It won't be till the end of the season. But thank you so very much. And thanks everybody else that's been in the chat. Too many to mention. Next season, we're going to be extending it. We are actually going to be doing a separate prediction. So you can do it in the chat. But we're also going to be doing a prediction separately from that. And what you'll need to do with that, Brad will be running it. So you'll be going to have to do sort of send him your predictions in advance. And, well, what else is there to say? Thank you to everybody if you've been listening on the podcast. Really do appreciate that. You can have your ears back now, well and truly waxed. And I will see you all at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So this has been Leicester Till I Die TV, LTID TV. I've been Chris, and you know what? This is going to be Marilyn. Good night.
These videos are so dreamy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.